Europe stands, as Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said earlier, at about 134 billion euros, more or less. The United States, roughly around 114 billion. I look around this table and I see NBA, so 5 Nordic countries and 3 Baltic states. We're actually at 26 billion euros, roughly speaking. So that's about a fifth of what Europe has supported. So yes, to a certain extent in the future, we're going to have to take more responsibility, but to get bogged down in who has given more, I think is the wrong tack. The second point I have to make, it's not only about the material support, it's also about having skin in the game or having some kind of a plan. I think Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre put it quite well earlier when he said that we Europeans can't complain our way to the negotiating table. And my worry is that in the past 2 weeks, when we've seen a shift in the transatlantic partnership, and you'll know that I'm an avid transatlanticist, we have to wake up to a new reality. And then the question is, how do we get skin in the game? How do we get involved? I think a good start is what President Costa has done, is to call a European Council, because right now European diplomacy is rather cacophonic. It's all over the place. That's why I have, together with some colleagues, proposed that we sit down and think about a plan. And in my mind, that plan or sketch goes in 3 phases. The first phase is the pre-negotiation. That's where we are right now. This is when we have to think really hard how we put more pressure on Russia and basically how we support Vladimir and Ukraine and what kind of security arrangements we have. And if I may, just as a side note, I'm getting a little bit frustrated about this debate on boots on the ground, because that sort of misses the whole point. That is that the strongest boots on the ground in the world right now are with Ukraine.
Oh boy, you see this man where they show right now on your screen. This is Simon's lawyer, Carl Gumeres. This man don't do something where we say, I myself no believe say, ain't go fit do or even talk in the Pajahami District Court. And for this video, I'm going to show you every single thing where you need know and understand. If you miss out in this video, you go miss out in a lot of detail. Yes, first thing first, the prosecuting lawyer, that is the lawyer from the government of Finland, will present some tweets where Simon been posted in 2024. This man present a lot of tweets to the Pajahami District Court as a form of evidence and to use it against Simon. But interestingly, if you see what Carl Gumeres don't do, it go shock you. Make we start with the very first tweet where they present as an evidence against Simon. Showing right now on your screen at this tweet, and this tweet was posted by Simon himself. It was posted on the 16th of November of 2024. What will be the content and what will be the context? Make I for read them. It states, "This will not save you, terrorists," and it tagged the HQ Nigerian Army in Biafraland. "We will burn all Nigerian flag and replace it. This represents blood, anarchy, and all of these things." We don't talk for this particular tweet. And like I said, the lawyer from the government been present this to the Pajahami District Court. They claim say this na evidence to link Simon to this particular word where they show right now on your screen. I can't really pronounce it because of YouTube terms of service. Yes, so the moment where this tweet was presented, the lawyer, Carl Gumeres, that is Simon's lawyer, the defense lawyer, they contact say, Omo, this your tweet where you present cannot be an evidence against my client. This tweet no get any wrongdoings inside. And he can dissect them because I will show you the context of his arguments and the context of his conversations. Show you right now on your screen, I'm waiting in talk. And he claims say this tweet where Simon published can be categorized or fall under political expressions and freedom of speech. Make I read every single thing, maybe you understand. It states political speech, even when provocative, is typically protected under international standards and Finnish law, provided it does not rise to direct incitement of imminent violence. The tweet expresses symbolic resistance rather than a specific plan or instructions for violence. Courts usually distinguish between abstract expressions, which includes "we will burn the flag," the actionable incitement, "go and commit arson now." Simon's language does not specify time, method, or direct encouragement of this particular conduct. Hope this is clear. If it's not clear, make I for break it down for you to see and totally understand. So the lawyer, Carl Gumeres, talks say, this tweet where Simon been posted on the 16th of November of 2024 falls under political expression, and it still falls under freedom of speech. What did that even mean? He says that if any individual make any statement where they say they politically related, that particular statement or tweet can be protected under international standards and also in Finnish law, provided it does not rise to direct incitement of imminent violence. So make I show you something. If you look at this guy's tweets now, where they've been present in the Paijahame District Court as a form of evidence, you don't go see anywhere where this man talks say, we will do it, or go and do it, go and destroy the HQ of the Nigerian army or whatsoever. There was no instructions. He just give his own expression of a particular happening in the country, and this is what Carl Gumeres is trying to express at this particular point in time. Hope this is actually very clear to understand. If you know they clear, I beg, leave a comment down in the comment section. I go read them and try to make a follow-up video. So in a nutshell, this particular tweet I've been showing you from Simon's Twitter page falls under what we call political speech and freedom of speech, which is fully covered in the Finnish law and other international law, meaning say the Paijahame District Court no fit use this particular tweet as an evidence, and as we speak, Simon don't get one massive point. He don't take the lead for the Paijahame District Court. So Carl Gumeres no even stop there. When we see this particular reportage, we feel like say, this guy don't finish the prosecuting lawyer, but this man don't even stop there. He also continued by saying that particular tweet where Simon been post, it falls under what we call lack of explicit criminal intent. What did this even mean? We can read what this thing they even talk. It states the statement does not include explicit commands or instructions to third parties. Yes. It also states there is no identified plan for violence, no location specified, no date or forceful directive. It reads as a metaphorical or rhetorical statement rather than an operational order. So as you can see, Carl Gumeres they claim say this particular tweet wasn't directed to any third party, to any individual out there. It's just a clear form of expression. And anybody will read them, can get a different understanding. Na him sabi. And the way Carl Gumeres they talk right about. Now he even stay stop there. This man actually blew my mind. He also went a step further to give a third defense of that particular tweet. Just in case you're yet to follow, or just in case you don't understand what they happen right now, they bring out a tweet of Simon released in 2024. And Carl Gumeres, his lawyer, can't defend that tweet. Say this tweet no get anything to do with terrorism in Nigeria. Yes, hope that is actually very clear to understand. So moving on swiftly, Carl Gumeres no even stopped here. The context say that tweet falls under what he calls context of conflict and grievance. Simon's tweet occurred in context of deep-seated political grievances, reflecting frustration over alleged state repression in southeastern Nigeria, particularly criticism of Nigerian military operations in Biafraland. It also continued by saying Finnish courts reviewing terrorism-related content have an earlier hearing emphasized the need for reliable, corroborated evidence from sources in Nigeria, which can be inconsistent. So this man, he claims, say that statement now can fall under what he calls deep-seated political grievances. Meaning, say Simon being the show say he no dey happy with the Nigerian's political system, which is still allowed and still falls under freedom of speech and freedom of expression. Even the country of Finland, they respect such rules and regulations. Carl Gumeres don't blow my mind, because when I've been seeing this man in the first place, if they watch our videos, you know, say I don't really trust this guy's method of defending individuals in the court of law. But as I can't see all of his statements, we don't stop. I can't say, this man no waiting they do. Now me no really understand his method. Now me no really they pay attention to how he take handle matters, because this guy now, from one tweet, he don't dissect and talk say this guy's tweet no get any wrongdoings. You know, even still stop there. That particular tweet where Simon post, this man can't break it down. He broke it down in different contexts. We be say even the presiding judge self can't even they say, this guy know what thing they do. May I show you what thing can still talk regarding that said tweet. He also broke it down to a fourth category, which is precedent under Finnish law. Under Finnish anti-terror legislation, Liability usually requires both intent and a real risk of incitement, rather than harsh or offensive rhetoric alone. Prosecutors previously acknowledged the difficulty of verifying acts remotely conducted in Africa, and Simon's defense counsel has raised concerns about evidence reliability. He also continued with a very fourth category, which is proportionality in criminal charges. If Finnish courts consider the tweet part of this particular word-related charges, it is essential to weigh the degree of certainty. And this whole conversations went on and on. Well, if you want to see everything, feel free to pause this particular part of the video to read up and understand, because Carl Gumeres, Simon's lawyer, don't blow my mind. Plenty things don't happen, and for this video, I will show you one after the other. Showing right now on your screen the full summary and a full defense of this man based on that particular tweet where Simon been posted in November of last year. This is not the full and accurate defense when Carl Gumeres been present. Pause this video and fully read up. May you foresee every single thing within. Yes. Before we move on to our next tweet, the next tweet released by Simon, we do last in our last video. I've been showing you this particular video, this particular picture in our last coverage. I want to ask you and say, which part of the southeast be this particular area? And I can't promise say anybody will get them. The first 10 persons will get them correctly, I'll give them a shout out in this video. And interestingly, plenty people been get them, but I can't pick the first 10 persons will get them correctly. And showing right now on your screen, these individuals. Yes, shout out to everybody where your name they here. I don't want to call them out one after the other because we don't get plenty time. But if you pause this video and see if your name they among these individuals, we get their questions correctly. Yes. Anyways, moving on swiftly, make I ask on one quick quiz, and people will get them correctly, their name will be published and given a shout out in our next video coverage. Yes. The question here be say, Walter Smith Refinery is located in which part of the southeastern states? Yes. So we get what they call Walter Smith Refinery, a modular refinery located in Igbo land. The question be say, where this refinery be? Let me know your answers in the comment section, and I'll pick the very first 10 persons who get them correctly, and you get a shout out just like this one showing right now on your screen right about now. Yes, moving on swiftly, let's go back to our video and showcase the next tweet where Carl Gumeres don't defend properly in the court of law. Yes, showing right now on your screen at this tweet, and this was published by Simon himself through his own device on the 16th of November of 2024. It reads, breaking, in preparation for the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra and the pursuit of recognition, the Biafran government is proud to announce to the Biafran people that we have added Aman Dabiri, a very big Iroko, to our international legal team. Aman will focus on advising Biafran government in USA recognition, while other international lawyers would continue their work in their various assignments. You can Google Aman Dabiri, Biafrans, know the caliber of those working for you under the Biafran government. And he also gave the full address of Aman Dabiri's law firm. So the prosecuting lawyer was asking Simon, CEO, you posted about employing a U.S. attorney to defend your movement, and you claim that your movement is just for fun and for content creating. How possible is that? How can you involve a U.S. big attorney to join your content creation? But the response will be say, Carl Gumeres give the prosecuting lawyer, that is the lawyer where they represent Simon, Carl Gumeres, been dropped. The statement will blow your mind. Make I for show you every single thing as it hurts. And this guy, Carl Gumeres, been defend this particular tweet in 5 different ways. Make I for show you. The very first one here is defense overview. He states, number 1, clear factual statement about legal representation. Okay? Hope this is actually easy to understand. Clear factual statement about legal reps. It states, the tweet simply communicates the onboarding of a new legal advisor, Aman Dabiri, described metaphorically as Big Iroko, to assist with international legal strategy. It is a factual disclosure akin to announcing the hiring of a counsel and not a statement of intent to engage in wrongdoing. So this man, they talk, say, is hiring a legal practitioner into your affairs a wrong thing to do? that is Carl Gumeres, they asked the prosecuting lawyer that, see, if person go get a lawyer, even if you want to use them for content creating, even if you want to use them for play or for drama, if you get a legal backup to whatever you are doing, is it wrong? Is it against the constitution? Is it against the laws of the land? And I would see, did they ask that lawyer? And he no fit even respond. The next thing he said was absence of threat or intent to incite. It states, nothing in the tweet reflects violence, coercion, or directives. It does not threaten any group, nor does it instruct any actions that could constitute incitement to violence or terrorism. This aligns with protected political speech about legal representation and institutional recognition. He also went to the third form of argument, where it states strategic political messaging in context. The statement appears as part of a broader diplomatic and legitimization campaign for the Biafran government in exile, claiming legal representation in USA matters, which reflects political strategy, not criminal endorsement. Hope it's actually very clear to understand. He also went to the fourth form of defense. He stated, and I quote, consistent with freedom of expressions and protections. Under Finnish law and international norms, statements about legal representation, even by controversial actors, are protected absent direct incitement or planning. The pro-separatist content does not cross into criminal territory without an explicit calls to arms. Hope you guys are understanding. Make I for explain what we don't talk so far. So this guy's tweet now, they talk say his tweet still falls under freedom of speech and expressions, because as a human, as an individual living in Finland, you have the right to hire any legal backup. You have the right to call for any legal advice, because it's not a crime in any way, shape, or form. Yes, and Carl Gumeres, they talk, say Simon did no wrong by asking Amanda Berry. Yes, we all know who Amanda Berry is. If you don't know, let me say, they watch our videos, because we don't showcase Amanda Berry a couple of times. Yes, so he's saying that there's nothing wrong. Simon go employ the services of Amanda Berry. It's nothing wrong. He can even do it for fun. Yes, he's claiming that anybody can get a lawyer. I think get any lawyer where I want. As far as I know they break the law, because getting a lawyer is not illegal. Hope you guys are paying attention to it. They happen right about now. I'm showing right now on your screen now the full summary in the defense of that particular tweet, where I don't show you right about now. If you pause this particular part of the video and read up and understand, and also see things for yourself as we go forward. Moving on swiftly, the prosecuting lawyer also presented the third tweet to the Pajame District Court, and this tweet was released on the 14th of November of 2024. Make I for read them and make you for clearly understand. It states, breaking, there is a news that the terrorist and criminal official Bat, that is the president of Nigeria, is planning to visit Charles Soludo in former Anambra State today. As part of campaign against Biafran Convention, Tinubu is banned from entering any part of Biafra territory from today. The Biafran government has declared him a persona non grata for his involvement in and accommodating the disappearance of Biafrans, abduction of our women and children, international kidnapping of Biafran leader from Kenya, and illegally detaining him against the law. He ordered the Nigerian army to lay siege in Biafran territory and declaration of this particular word against the Biafran people. Tinubu will not enter Biafraland today and any other day for that matter. I will make a formal announcement in the morning. The Biafran Defense Forces has been mobilized and well briefed to make sure our people are protected in former Anambra State. Let no Biafran civilian get hurt. And the prosecuting lawyer will present this tweet. Going to talk say, for this particular tweet, Simon been prevent or try to prevent the sitting president of Nigeria from entering Anambra State, which is against the laws of the land. Yes, in the claim, say Simon on this particular day, on the 14th of November, tell Tinubu, say, bro, so don't enter Anambra State. I don't want to see you anywhere close to our state. He can also inform Charles Soludo, say, bro, you, where they claim to be the governor of that state, you don't even get any power legitimately. And these are the words of Simon, where they say the prosecuting lawyer can't tender before the court of law. But the response where they come from Carl Gumeres, the lawyer where they defend Simon, will definitely blow your mind. Make I for sure you waiting talk in regards to this tweet where I just read up, where Simon be they prevent Tinubu from entering Anambra State. May I tell you what Carl Gumeres can't defend and how he take talk am. Showing right now on your screen, I waiting first talk, and this is called opinion-based political commentary. It states, the tweet expresses a political viewpoint by labeling Bola Tinubu as this and also this. Such language is fundamentally opinion speech. Even if inflammatory, the statement does not assert undisputed facts about criminal conduct. It reflects Simon's ideological perspective and concern over perceived alignment against his movement. Courts often protect strong rhetoric about public figures in political context. So as you can clearly see, they claim that is an opinion-based speech, that Simon has the right to his own opinion. He can call the president of Nigeria anything. He can call anybody anything because that's how he sees it. And that's his own perspective about the leadership and the rulings of Tinubu. Now, wait till Kalgume respond, he talks, say, my client, Simon, get right as a human being. He gets brain, he gets sense of reasoning, and he can, if he see anything in any form. So calling Tinubu this particular word, when he call him for that tweet, now how Simon takes it Tinubu. Hope you guys are paying attention and hope all of these statements from the lawyer, they make sense. If you know they make sense, I beg, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Tell me any part where you say you know get fully, and we go make a follow-up video to clearly describe them in simple terms, make it for Siam. The second way Kalgumeres can take defend Simon now, it's in called absence of threat or illegal directive. It states, the tweet does not incite violence or instruct others to commit wrongdoings. It lacks any call to actions like act now or organize extremist planning without explicit exhortations of violence. Offline action or instructions to third parties, it remains within the bounds of expressive, though provocative speech. Maybe like I say, Kalgume Resabi book very, very well, because this is that tweet where Simon post, but on a good day, it could be very difficult to defend. But this man don't defend them clearly, using clear words. So he say, even person who no go school, go fit to understand what's in the talk. You know, even stop there. He also used something called context of political campaigning to defend Simon again. The tweet appears in the context of Èkpá's broader campaign to critique engagement between Nigerian authorities and regional political figures, e.g. Soludo in Anambra. Highlighting such interactions serves a political messaging function, not a criminal threat or conspiracy. This is a massive, massive one. Yes, anyways, find our videos interesting. I beg, do well to subscribe and stay tuned, because for here we will give you this kind of videos back to back as it happen for Finland. So subscribe and stay tuned. Yes, the lawyer no even constantly stopped here. He also defended Simon's case in what he called protected speech under Finnish and international law. I'm not going to bore you with this part because we don't discuss them already. So if you want to see everything, pause this particular part of the video, make you for read up and understand. He also used what we call lack of evidence for criminal elements to defend Simon. Still, I'm not going to discuss this part. You can pause this video, make you for see every single thing within the conversation. Yes. And interestingly, you get one tweet where we say Simon been post, where we say on a good day, the prosecuting lawyer supposed use him nail Simon, but Kalgumeres did something that people self-gas clap for him as we watch this video right about now. Let's see Simon been post and how was it supposed to put him in problem, and let's see Kalgumeres can talk to bring him out of that issue. Make I show you right about now. This tweet was released on the 9th of November of 2024. It reads, breaking, the Biafran Cameroon battle for Esangele. At least 4 Cameroonian terrorist forces has been unalived following a gun battle that lasted for 45 minutes in the morning on Saturday between BIR and Biafran Navy in Esangele subdivision of Bakassi Peninsula. And this now Weti Simon, they talk. He also claimed full responsibility for that particular incident for that part of Cameroon. But as they speak, this particular tweet was presented by the prosecuting lawyer. He was like, as you can clearly see, this man don't claim saying I ain't run this whole operation so for Cameroon. We lead to the unalive, 4 Cameroonian soldiers. But then the lawyer, that is Kalgumeres, lawyer of Simon, can't do something where we say nobody was expecting or to even hear at that particular point in time. Make I for show you. So Kalgumeres can they ask the prosecuting lawyer to say, I beg, show me a video evidence where we say our client Simon been do all of these things. Show me a video taken from Cameroon where we say Simon been dead here on ground executing all of these actions. I say if you can't present a video or a proper evidence, that means say this man be no do any of these things. This man hand no day in all of these actions will happen for Cameroon. The presiding judge come as the prosecuting lawyer and say, do you have any form of evidence, like a video or audio coverage of this guy, Simon, involvement? The guy say, I don't get any video coverage, or I don't get any audio coverage, I beg no vex. And this particular thing be no hold water as we speak for Pajahami District Court. The whole conversations went on and on. We say, I don't show you every single thing right about now, because if I say make I show you, this video will last for a long time. This video if reach 30 minutes, we say it go 2 days long to consume and to see all of the basic info and tenants as it happen. Yeah. So what do you think about all of this defense? Because in our next video, we will continue with some of these conversations. We'll give you some of the finalizing statements in the next video coverage. So what do you think about all of these conversations held in the Finnish court? What do you think? Or more things don't they get very interesting. Anyways, moving on swiftly. In a video we'll publish on Saturday, which was last week, a lot of revelations don't come out from Finland. We'll say right about now, you must see them. You definitely need to pay attention. Yes, and something don't happen from the camp of Nnamdi Kanu. As they speak, Nnamdi Kanu don't do something where we say nobody believes saying go fit do. Well, if I watch that video and see things for yourself, we have a video showing right now on your screen. So click on this video to watch and understand. Click on this particular video and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching. Today being the 17th of July of 2025, a lot of fascinating and a lot of groundbreaking events has played out in the country of Finland and in Nigeria. But before I show you all of these things, there's something we all need to know and understand. In the past couple of days, we'll be making videos regarding news and updates coming from the rest of the world and in Nigeria. But based out of popular demand, our viewers has been asking us to make videos based on the USB movement only. Yes, that is to say, they want to see news and updates coming from the USB and the USB alone. Nobody's interested in seeing news coming from Nigeria, from France, etc. So from today henceforth, we are going to be giving you news, 100% news coming from the USB movement and the USB only. You will not be seeing news from Nigerians' political scenes and the rest of the world. Yes, that is based on popular demand. So with all of that being said, let me show you every single thing that will be discussed in this video. As we speak, some diplomats and some delegates from Kenya are currently in Nigeria to discuss with the federal government of Nigeria regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu. In this said video, I'll be showing you a latest revelation coming from Galore, who happens to be the lead legal counsel of Nnamdi in the Federal High Court in Abuja. In this said video, we have an update coming from the Pajahami District Court because there's something we all need to see and understand. The Pajahami District Court has released an official document and statement that will change Simon's case moving on swiftly. In this said video, we also got a revelation coming from the Deputy Prime Minister in the person of Ngozi Orabueze, because yesterday, being the 16th of July of 2025, they held a Q&A session on Twitter. A lot of questions were asked and answers were provided. In this video, I'll be giving you a quick summary of all of the questions asked regarding the case of Simon. Well, moving on swiftly, we have a revelation coming from a Biafran who served in the Nigerian army. Yes, a Biafran who served in the Nigerian army came out to tell the whole wide world what he noticed regarding some certain things that played out in Nigeria. His revelation will surprise every single person watching this video right about now. We also have a news and article coming from the IPOB because they came out recently to make a statement regarding Simon and his case in Finland. This is something you definitely need to see and understand. We also have a news. Our last update will be on the case of Simon because the Finnish government came out recently to give clear and distinctive reportage regarding his extradition back to Nigeria. There's an update regarding this man's processing, which we all need to see. And you definitely have to watch this video up until the very end, because if you miss any part, you are going to miss the most important section of this video. So with all of that being said, let's kickstart today's briefing with our very first update right about now. So, the very first news we have for you here is the fact that some Kenyan delegates are currently in Abuja, Nigeria to meet with the FG regarding the case of Nnamdi Kanu. So, the question here is, why are these guys in Nigeria and why would they want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu's case with the president or with the FG? Well, for clarity, take a look at this update coming from the 27th of June of 2025. where it stated that the Kenyan court declares Nnamdi Kanu's transfer to Nigeria illegal. And this was coming on that particular day when a court seated in Kenya ruled against the way and manner the Kenyan government shipped Kanu together with Nigeria's government into Nigeria. In that particular case, it was granted, that is, Nnamdi Kanu was given a 10 million Kenyan shillings fee for damages, and that is not even all. The High Court seated in that country also informed the country that, see, you must send delegates to Nigeria. You can't just pay him 10 million Kenyan shillings for damages only. You have to travel to Nigeria yourself and see with the FG, discuss with them, and have a possible dialogue and diplomatic relations with these people, because we as a country, we played a massive role in the abduction of this man. So you guys have to travel to Nigeria and have talks with the FG. So as we speak, these individuals are in the country already, and they're going to have talks with the FG before tomorrow being the 18th of July of 2025, when Nnamdi Kanu will appear before the Federal High Court to continue with his trial. And interestingly, the judge who gave this declaration, the judge who gave this judgment on behalf of Nnamdi Kanu is known as Justice Muita. Yes. Showing right now on your screen is a picture of this judge. And for a fact, this judge happens to be one of the top judges in that country. This individual has handled high cases in Kenya. Showing right now on your screen is the latest case this judge handled on the 3rd of July of 2025, where it states adjournment and protections in blogger disappearance case. This case happens to be the biggest in that part of the world as we speak. And this judge, Judge Muita, is very decisive in nature. This judge is not scared of the government. This judge only follows the rule of law. This judge only follows the constitution. And this is the individual who instructed Kenya to send delegates into Nigeria so as to have talks with the FG that will possibly lead to the release of Nnamdi. Well, still talking about Nnamdi Kanu. Yesterday being the 16th of July of 2025, Aloy Ejimako traveled, or he went to the DSS facility. He wrote to the DSS asking them to grant him permission to meet with Nnamdi Kanu in the facility. Yes, and his permission or his petition was granted. And just in case you don't know who Aloy Ejimako is, showing right now on your screen is his bio page on Twitter. It reads, activist, attorney, proudly and zealously defending human rights, including the rights of those demonized as miscreants on account of self-determination. So this is the individual who visited Nnamdi Kanu yesterday in DSS facility. So what was the conversations had between Nnamdi Kanu and this particular individual? Well, they talked about his case tomorrow, being the 18th of July. Aloy Ejimako briefed him on how he should comport himself, things he should say, and how the case will be presented, and every single thing within. Still in that conversation, Nnamdi Kanu informed him that, see, I want you to tell Biafraland something they need to hear at this particular point in time, something that will change our economy and change the way we move going forward. So the question here is, what did Nnamdi Kanu inform Aloy Ejimako to do and execute? Well, for clarity and to get the exact wordings, I have to show you the tweet released by Aloy yesterday, being the 16th of July of 2025. It states, at today's visitation, Oyendo MNK directed me to, on his behalf, call on Ndi Igbo to go beyond their families and take proactive steps to extend the famed Igbo apprenticeship system to the 13 states where Igbos are indigenous, and to Igala, Idoma, Egede, Ejegam, Anang, and Ibibio. So as you can clearly see, Nnamdi Kanu wants the apprenticeship system to go all across the 13 states where Igbos are indigenous to. This is a massive one coming from Nnamdi Kanu, because this man is being held in the DSS custody and he has spent over 4 years there. But at the same time, he still has the interest of the Igbo land at hand. For a man who has spent 4 years of his time in prison, the only thing that should come to your mind right now is, see, I want to live here, I want to regain freedom, and I want to receive absolute peace. But then he's still thinking about other individuals while in custody. At the same time, we had to use some intelligence to summarize every single thing that came from Nnamdi Kanu so as to pinpoint some facts and get some hidden data and info. Showing right now on your screen are some strategic implications gotten from using an intelligence to break down Kanu's speech. The very first one here is unity building. The second is decentralized empowerment. The third is beyond tribalism. And the fourth is long-term cultural influence. These are the four key messages Nnamdi Kanu is trying to pass across to every Igbo out there. Well, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at our next update. While Nnamdi Kanu is passing straight info to Igbos out there, an individual who resides in Norway, yes, a Nigerian who resides in Norway, has officially informed the International Criminal Court of every single thing that has played out in Nigeria and in the USB movement. And shockingly and surprisingly, the ICC responded by giving a hint. So yes, the question here is, who is this individual who reported Nigeria to the ICC? Well, showing right now on your screen is this guy's Twitter bio. His name is Christopher Okenwa. He's an advocate of freedom, human rights, and human dignity, social scientist, Norwegian healthcare professional, and so on and so forth. So yesterday, this guy wrote a formal letter that he published on his Twitter page addressed to the ICC. He tagged the ICC. Showing right now on your screen is this tweet or open letter written to the ICC. You can pause this particular part of the video to read up and understand, but I'll read up the very first paragraph. It states, "Dear ICC, when and how do we begin the urgent process of holding the Nigerian regime accountable for its offenses against humanity and in the United States of Biafra? I am confident that Amnesty International possesses more than enough evidence to support this, in addition to what our government at USB government will provide." This article also went a step further to give more clarity, and we can't read up every single thing so as not to make this video too long, but you can read up and understand. But in summary, he has reported the Nigerian government to the ICC, stating how these guys have not kept to the fundamentals of human rights. But surprisingly, the ICC gave an hint. They responded with something nobody was expecting, and we did not even expect to see. Showing right now on your screen is a possible hint coming from the ICC. When you take a look at the post, they dropped a link. Showing right now on your screen is the content of that link that was attached to their post, where it gave more clarity and full clarity about how the ICC deals with crimes, and also this highlighted part of your screen. I can't read out this word right now because of some terms and conditions. So, but I know you can clearly see this highlighted word showing right now on your screen. So the ICC are giving more declarations and explanations on how they treat this as per the claims coming from that individual who tagged them on Twitter. So as you can clearly see, the ICC has been notified about Nigerian's government and every single thing within. And we believe in the next coming days, steps will be taken and actions will be done or executed. Well, moving on swiftly, let's take a look at some interesting news regarding Mr. Simon. Yes, the Pajahame District Court came out recently to give us some updates, to give us some clear and distinctive updates regarding Simon's case in Finland. Showing right now on your screen is the fact that Simon's case, as we speak, is now being processed, is under processing. That is to say, the Pajahame District Court are putting up the evidence, facts, and data, testimonies presented in that court session, and now they are processing all of this info one after the other. But then, when we saw this article or notification, we read through it and we saw something that didn't make sense, something that has not been announced or published by any media outlet in the world as we speak. Yes, today will be the very first time you are seeing this, and this definitely will come as a shocker. The question here is, what was attached in this document that we haven't seen before? Well, let me show it to you. I had to copy it out and make it on a fresh document so you see. It states, the defendant is charged with public provocation to commit a crime with terrorist intent, participation in the activities of a terrorist group, aggravated tax evasion, and violation of the provisions of the Lawyers Act. Hope you guys can clearly see. And just in case you missed it, let me highlight it for you to see. It states violation of the provisions of the Lawyers Act. That is to say, they've added a new offense that Simon somehow, some way violated provisions of the Lawyers Act in Finland. What does this even mean? Well, as we speak, we are yet to clearly understand and fully grasp the nature of this particular offense, because we have not seen this particular charge anywhere before. I believe this is going to be the very first time you are seeing it. BBC did not report this. Vanguard did not report it. Any media outlets in the country did not report it. But now we are seeing it on an official document released by the Jahame District Court, which is showing right now on your screen. You can pause this video right now and read up and understand, so you see it by yourself in this full article. So what do we think is going on here? Well, as you can clearly see, violation of the provisions of Lawyers Act. We are still trying to do some research to understand every single thing within this particular statement. We are doing some research to understand how Simon probably violated the provisions of Lawyers Act in Finland. This is new, this is strange, and we haven't seen this charge before. So in a video that will be published around 8 p.m. today, we are going to do a full and detailed analysis on every single thing within this particular highlighted sentence showing right now on your screen. So I will advise you to subscribe to this channel and turn on post notifications, because a lot of things will be discussed in our next video briefing. Well, moving on swiftly. This is a news coming from Nigeria that is not related with Simon's case, but it's important we all see it because it still affects the USB people one way or the other. So we received a notification coming from 9 Mobile. Yes, 9 Mobile happens to be a network provider in Nigeria that in the past 8 months, these guys have been inactive. So 9 Mobile claims that they are now very active, very much active in Nigeria. Well, showing right now on your screen is an official statement that states MTN 9 Mobile announced roaming agreement rollout. The article also gave us clarity where it states MTN Nigerian Communications PLC and Emerging Market Telecommunication Services Limited 9 Mobile have officially announced the rollout of their national roaming agreement